There's no getting away from conversions in the GCSE Maths exam. You'll encounter a lot of them. You'll need to convert measurements such as height and weight, time, and of course currencies. And expect questions to mix up units. 1 minute the question will be talking about millimetres, the next centimetres. And also expect to be asked to give your answer in specific units. What I'm going to show you is a very structured method, but it guarantees, or at least almost guarantees, you'll get the answer correct. And it can be used with the most complicated conversions you'll be asked to find. Now, step 1 is to state the conversion, and in most cases you're expected to know it. Metric measurements are often 1,000 to 1, and this is no different. Step 2 is to draw an arrow from the small number to the larger and write in the multiplier. What did I multiply 1 by to get to 1,000? Step 3 is to draw an arrow going the other way and write in the inverse of the multiplier. So the opposite of times 1,000 is divide by 1,000. Step 4 is to write down the unit you're converting in the appropriate column and follow the instructions on the arrow that gets you to the other side. So I need to divide 56 by 1,000. Now if this is a non-calculator paper, suddenly this isn't a conversions question anymore, it's a pen and paper arithmetic question. And this is a key difficulty with mathematics. One topic depends on another. If you're in any doubt what I'm doing here, you need to look at a separate video on pen and paper arithmetic. I'm just writing 56 in a different form. This is still 56, I've just put in zeros behind and in front. And I'm exploiting the fact that I know a division by 1,000 means I move 3 place values. Now, I'm going to cheat, and rather than move the figures 3 place values, I'm going to move the decimal point 3 places. Now, this is a cheat. But it's just convenient. So the decimal place should go here. When you're making the number smaller, the decimal place is always going to move to the left. However, it will be obvious when you write your final answer down if you've gone the wrong way, as long as you've got an estimate in your mind of what the answer should be. And so here we have our answer. Here's another conversion. Time is a measurement that students often have difficulty with. And one of the reasons is that unlike distance, weight, etc., there's little consistency to the units. There are 60 minutes in an hour, yet 24 hours in a day, yet 7 days in a week, for example. So always be careful with time. Step 1 will state the conversion. We'll draw an arrow from the small number to the larger and write in our multiplier. What have I had to multiply 1 by to get to 60? Step 3, I'll draw an arrow going in the other direction and write the inverse of times 60, which is divided by 60. Write down the unit I am converting in the appropriate column, so it's 24 minutes. And 24 divided by 60. Now at this point here, if it's not a calculator question, of course, this is a question of arithmetic or your pen and paper methods now. $60 into 2 doesn't go. 60 into 24 doesn't go. 60 into 240, that does go 4 times and no remainder. So our answer is 0.4 hours. Finally, we have one of the more difficult questions, yet the method is no different. There are 1.5 euros to $2.25. How many dollars can David exchange 20 euros for? So step 1, state the conversion. Draw an arrow going from the small number to the larger and write in the multiplier. Again, this is where we leave conversions behind and we've got a problem to solve. 1.5 times some number equals 2.25. Well, here's a great opportunity to use algebra. Let's call the unknown x. 1.5 times some unknown x is equal to 2.25. And if your algebra is secure, this should give you no difficulty. Simply divide both sides by 1.5. This cancels on the left. And I'm going to let you use your calculator and actually we get the answer x equals 1.5. If you've not been able to follow what I've done here, then you need to go and have a look at my videos on solving algebraic equations. Step 3 is to draw an arrow going the other way and write in the inverse. We write down the 20 euros in the appropriate column and follow the instructions on the arrow that gets me to the other side, and you should see that David gets $30. And again, I can't emphasize enough in maths how one topic often depends on another. So this is conversions, however, quickly it can become an algebra question, and indeed if this was a non-calculator paper, then this would become a pen and paper arithmetic question too.